Hello, Contrarians listeners, and welcome back to yet another commentary track. What is this? The penultimate one in the Exorcist franchise? We're paying our penance here. A happy one, make that clear, from our work in the live stream for The Cure. And we have arrived at Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist. Yes, the penultimate, as The Exorcist Believer is all that remains currently, as there's an untitled film yet to come.
Yeah. This is like a 4A and there's a 4B, or rather, this is 4B, right? Because 4A came out first.
Yeah, I'm going to have you explain this to me as we get going here momentarily. But Julio, welcome back to the United States. I'm sorry you had to come back. Jesus, it's been a month at least since we recorded last, so this feels almost foreign at this point.
That's what I was thinking. I had left my recording equipment still set up except for the microphone, and so when I was hooking up everything, I was like, it feels like it's been a while since I've done this. Yeah, I mean, we did it before I left to go visit my family for Christmas. So while I was there, I was able to still, do some podcast stuff, but no recording. And I don't know, Alex, am I rusty? It's Christmas. Have the holidays made me rusty? How much drinking did you get done over the holidays?
Too much.
Are you still hungover?
It took, I actually afterwards did a 3-day juice cleanse just because I was like, not just drinking, but copious amounts of sweets and just food that was bad for me. So, but what a way to return here. So many questions. I saw one of these at some point in my life, so I imagine the general tone will be familiar, but should be interesting. I just want to call out real quick before we get started here. This movie starring Stellan Skarsgård. Completely forgot he was in the Avengers. My girlfriend was visiting this recently, and we were just browsing channels, and the Avengers landed on the television. And I said, "Is that fucking Stellan Skarsgård?" And she reminded me that he's in Thor, correct?
He is in Thor. He is in Thor 2. I don't think he's in Thor 3, but he is definitely in at least one of the Avengers movies. Might show up in others.
He's in the first one because that's the one we were watching. And I actually enjoy Thor, so I was kind of surprised I didn't remember that. But whatever the case, the big man is back. Paul Schrader here at the helm. Julio, let's just go ahead and get this started, and we'll obviously dive into the lore surrounding this. Julio and myself have this queued up on YouTube TV. It looked like it was on Tubi, Amazon Prime, amongst other places. It didn't seem too hard to find.
Yeah, at least this one. I think that the theatrical, so this is Dominion, the Paul Schrader one. There's another version that's the Rennie Harlin version, and that was the theatrical. And that one, at least, I couldn't find it streaming for free anywhere. I saw as also as a rental. So I honestly, I don't remember if I checked the Rotten Tomatoes score. I don't remember it, but I want to say this is, at least in quotation marks, the good one out of the two. But neither of them did well at the box office, from what I remember. So I'm sure we'll get into this as we more place.
What we're about to watch, Dominion, stands at 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh. The Beginning at 10%.
Jesus.
All right, Julio, you ready to go?
All right, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
So, Alex, I am getting the feeling that you are just now watching this, or did you have a chance to watch it before this recording?
Recent viewing, no. I've seen one of these at some point. So,
oh, that's what you meant when you said that you'd seen one, but you don't know which one.
Correct.
Okay, I thought you meant I've seen one of these Exorcist movies, and I thought you were being funny.
Oh, no, yes. I've seen exactly 3 up until this point in my life, or 4, I should say, having now seen The Heretic for the first time. But yes, I don't quite recall which of these I saw, and I did not have time to brush up on this prior to, so we'll see what goes down here. Julio, hit me with the lore. What's the... And be kind to my boy Rennie Harlin, because I enjoy his work.
I think that you
mostly ironic way.
Yeah, you like him more than I do. I mean, it's not. I don't have anything against Rennie Harlin, but it always feels to me that he comes in to replace a
He has
tourist.
a fairly high level of pretension for his body of work. I'll say that, and I love The Long Kiss Goodnight.
But like, you know, Die Hard 2, like Die Harder, or that's Die Harder, right? Yeah,
Correct,
The
yeah.
second one. It was like,
Yep.
The first Die Hard is the I'm not gonna say the tour action movie, but it's the original. You know, like we'd seen nothing like it, and then in comes in Rennie Harlin to just milk that franchise and get us a sequel that's kind of like a retread. And I like that movie, but come on, you know?
Yeah.
What else is he involved in? He did that pirate movie with Gina Davis, right? That was him.
To this day, one of the biggest bombs in the history of, you know, motion pictures, Cutthroat Island.
He is to blame.
He did Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. I believe that was his big the breakout, his big break, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
Jumping in the middle of a franchise because nobody else would do it. It's like he's like, I'll do it. I don't care.
And he recently did a or two Strangers movies. I didn't realize how many Strangers films there have been.
And there's one more, from what I understand, coming up. I mean,
yes.
Well, this is the same. The lore, Alex, is that Paul Schrader.
Well, hold on. I just want to finish that point. Most importantly, at some point in time, to be covered on the Contrarians, Rennie Harlin directed the 2009 action crime film 12 Rounds, starring John Cena.
Okay. You've made that commitment now. I didn't force you to do anything. That was you.
I think if you go back and listen to our Patreon exclusive episode chronicling the life and times of WWE Studios, I think I even say when we call out 12 Rounds, I'm like, we should do that movie. But anyway, Julio,
I mean, you said that about almost every movie in that recording. So,
well,
yes.
You know, my eyes were bigger than my stomach at that point. But you know, it's as we have the opening to the original X-Men movie here. What's the Rennie Harlin lore here?
I was gonna say, before we get into the Rennie Harlin lore, I mean, I guess we have to pay lip service to what's happening, which is, I don't know if they've said it already, but that's a young father, Marin.
Oh, yeah,
and he's trying to stop Nazi executions with the power of being a priest. It's not working out very well.
Which, to be completely honest, Stellan Skarsgård at this point playing a young Max von Sydow, I'm down with that 100%.
Is this, when you think of a young Max von Sydow, is this what you no, okay, not a young Max von Sydow, a young Father Marin, is this kind of like what you think of? Like, does that fit your image of him?
Actually, yes, because by the time, you know, the first Exorcist, one of the things we talk about in our commentary of that was like how hardened he is and how unbothered he is by like what's going on and how he's able to persevere, whereas, you know, Demi has really gotten to by the happenings of it all. And I mean, not to make light, seeing Nazi executions in the middle of the street will harden you.
Right. It makes sense that he's been through some shit. Doesn't get any shittier than World War II Nazis. Yeah, this is brutal, and I do want to call out that, I mean, we're being funny about it, but I do think that this is a really strong opening. I think this is stronger than the opening of the first Exorcist, Alex. I don't want to,
Jesus,
because, you know, he's in the middle of this impossible situation. They're basically telling him to pick who dies next, and I was like, what's he supposed to do? You know, he's not. Yeah. Speaking of the Avengers, you know, he's not Captain America. He's not a superhero. He doesn't have a chance. All he can do is comply. So yeah, that will fuck you up. So after you see this, you see the evil that men do.
Yeah.
I guess Pazuzu is not that scary.
No.
Like, sure, I'll go for it. Yeah, and now as we jump forward in time, I guess 5 years. 1947 it's now. But anyway, the lore, Alex, as I understand it, is that Paul Schrader was making this movie originally, right? And then the studio said, this doesn't work. We don't like this. So they fired Paul Schrader and they brought Rennie Harlin in Because Rennie Harlin, as we've already established, he's like, sure, I don't care. I'll jump in the middle of a franchise. I'll jump in the middle of a movie that wasn't even my movie. And he took over, did the reshoots, put the whole thing together. It went out to theaters. It flopped horribly. It flopped so badly that the studio said, well, what if we try releasing the Paul Schrader version? maybe he was right the first time. And they released the Paul Schrader version. I don't know how long after the Rennie Harlin version had bombed, but from what I remember, it didn't really make any splash either. I mean, I don't know how many people even know that there's two versions of this movie. But the one we're watching is the Paul Schrader one, which I guess did get a theatrical release at some point, but it wasn't the big release like the Rennie Harlin one that came out first.
I was unaware that this version got an actual theatrical release. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it did, because I remember hearing, when it was coming out, because I saw the Rennie Harlin version, and I don't remember anything about it, so I couldn't even tell you how it differs from what we're seeing right now. I just know that Stellan Skarsgård is in it. That's all I remember. So, he didn't recast Father Merrin, but that's about it. From what I've read here and there, it sounds like they're pretty different, like significantly different. Mm-hmm. But I don't know for sure. I'm sure there's like a website or more than one that lists all the differences. But the basic idea is still the same. This is a prequel, so you get to see Father Merrin when he was young. And it's like, how did he get to be Max von Sydow? And, it starts with Nazis and then it continues with archaeology. Doesn't he look like Indiana Jones here?
He does.
Indiana Jones, also a famous Nazi hater.
Father Francis.
So he's in Africa, but we figured this out, I think, in the second Exorcist. He was not in Africa at the beginning of the first Exorcist, right?
No. He's in the Middle East.
He's in the Middle East. But then in the second Exorcist, when they're tracing his steps back, Richard Burton travels to Africa. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yes.
He's a globetrotter.
To discover James Earl Jones in a cricket costume. Is it a hornet? What is it?
A lobster? No, not a lobster. The plague. What animal is the plague?
Locusts. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yes. Or a cricket costume, like he's going to play cricket.
Yes. Proper consideration.
So I guess he's not a priest anymore here, or at least not a practicing priest. He's just into archaeology.
Yeah, this was a difference of Rennie Harlin's version came out in August of 2004, and then this came out in May of 2005.
Okay, so almost a full year.
Yeah.
I wonder how Schrader felt about that. Like, justified in his principles. It was like, I knew that they would come back to me. And then the movie bombs. It's like, damn it.
Did this have, I'm looking up right now, trying to see if it actually had a theatrical release. Released had a limited theatrical release on May 20th, 2005 in the United States by Warner Brothers. After the beginning became a financial and critical failure. In the United States, the film grossed $250,000. Not great.
Was it would it have been a Fathom event? Or was that too early for those?
It would have been too early, but that would have been perfect.
The Exorcist prequel, the version that nobody has seen.
Goddamn, Roger Ebert gave this 3 out of 4 stars.
The Schrader version.
Yes.
Okay.
Says it does something risky and daring in this that in a time of jaded horror movies, it takes evil seriously.
Well, there's a lot here that I've only seen this version once, and it was a month or so ago. And I think it's at its most interesting when it focuses on the evil that men do, and obviously it's of a piece with its opening when you see the Nazis. And yes, you can choose, I guess, to believe that the devil made them do it, but it's really, there's evil men and then there's supernatural evil. And
yeah,
one is a lot more relatable than the other, I guess. But also like the change of setting, because the 3 Exorcist movies we've seen so far were mostly almost completely in the city. I mean, the second Exorcist,
city.
Yeah, the second one, Richard Burton traveled around a lot, but it was still mostly taking place in the city. So this is, the desert. They're in Africa, not just to give you flashbacks with, a little bit of, there's meat to this story. There's not just like flashbacks so you can see Max von Sydow walking around.
Jesus. Baby skeleton.
That was baby Pazuzu.
Just comes to life. Hello, my baby. Isn't that Spaceballs where they do the alien chest burster and it starts singing?
Yeah, with the top hat.
Yeah.
So this guy is the sidekick. What's this guy's name, Alex? I don't have the cast list on me.
Let's see. I was looking at Paul Schrader movies. I was trying to think if is this a third we've done? Taxi Driver.
Okay, so his entire body of work, not just a director.
Yeah, not director. But I guess director, this would be the second, right? The Canyons. Yeah.
If you're listening to this on the main feed and you're like, the Canyons, where? And you're like furiously scrolling down. No, that's on the Patreon channel.
That's a patron exclusive. That's a part of our epic Lohan journey that revived her career.
What a filmmaker, Paul Schrader.
That's not a good movie. Just putting that out there.
I mean, we watch a lot worse in the Lohan project and overall on the show. So
correct. It is nowhere near the worst movie that we watched in the Lohan project. I just don't think it's a good movie.
I think it's worth watching, even though it's not good.
It's a fascinating piece of business.
Yeah.
Labor Pains is not worth watching.
No.
Especially now, because even the Cheryl Hines praise is aged like fucking milk left on a radiator.
Well, who is this guy? Who is this guy that got to be like Father Marin's assistant?
All right, so it's 1947. Marin, whose faith was shattered by the incident, is an archaeologist in Durrani, a remote area in the Turkana region of the British Guiana, excavating a Byzantine church built around the 5th century, long before Christianity had reached the region of Africa. He meets up with Father Francis and Major Greenville. The British Centers. All right. Yeah. So who is this fucker? Father Francis is the little Weasley guy, Gabriel Mann.
This has to have been, for him, his big break.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know this actor from anything else, but he was like, oh, I'm going to be the next Exorcist movie? With Stellan Skarsgård?
He has a reoccurring role in the Bourne movies, or 2 of the Bourne movies.
Really?
Yeah.
he has to be playing one of the people that sit behind the desk, not one of the assassins.
Looks like he's done a lot of voice work, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disillusioned by his live action.
His experience
Yeah.
with both Paul Schrader and Rennie Harlan.
Like, fuck this.
Oh, man.
Skarsgård really has two second in commands or two sidekicks. One is Father Francis, and then the other one is I think it's that guy. It's Chuma, the guy, the guy that's right now with him, kneeling over that body. And that guy knows what's up. You can tell he doesn't get half the dialogue that Father Francis gets, but obviously because he's a local, he tells you everything with his eyes. Now, do you remember what happens to this guy, Alex? This guy with the cane?
No.
All right. I'm going to pull up Brandon Curtis. I'm going to tell you all I'll say is that he's very important in this story. Cheche.
Stellan's fit is pretty fantastic. So have you seen both of them?
Well, yeah, but I don't remember the Rennie Harlan one. That's the one that I saw in theaters. Yeah.
So you don't recall like the big differences in the two?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all. I just remember being bored when I saw the movie in theaters. But I don't know, if I'd seen this version in theaters back then, maybe I would have been bored too.
So to your understanding, and which again, who knows? To your understanding, did Rennie Harlan come back in to do reshoots and then they just pieced together, like basically Schrader's movie was already done and then they had to do reshoots and then they just released Schrader's movie, or did they have to come back and do reshoots to finish Schrader's vision?
That's a good question. That I don't know. I know that Harlan came in because obviously they were not happy. The studio was not happy with what Schrader was doing or had done. And so he reshot. He definitely had to shoot some stuff. I mean, I think that's why they are allegedly so different.
Mm.
But, we did The Exorcist 3, that was the previous one. And that one also has reshoots in its story, in its history. And you can tell, even as you're watching the version that's, more popular, I guess.
Big reveal there on the doctor, by the way.
Did you catch it? Did Skarsgård catch it? Did you both catch it at the same time?
Yeah, she has, unfortunately, a number tattooed on the inside of her arm.
Yep. And we already got that opening with the Nazis, so.
This fella here with the cane, I'm just waiting for the end of the movie when Stellan Skarsgård goes, and Tiny Tim, who did not die.
We haven't had a romantic subplot in this franchise yet, which makes sense because, it doesn't really, it's not the place.
I was going to say, oh man, some real bad early 2000s CGI going on right now.
Okay, so do you think, I remember now from watching this, a month ago or so, do you think that this is something that just wasn't finished and they're like, fuck Schrader, we're not giving you any more money? So,
I mean, it's possible.
Because it looks really bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that the special effects in this movie are top notch by any means, but those hyenas or whatever, those are worse than anything else.
Yeah, it had to not be done, because if you had like the vantage of hindsight, what you would do is just shoot that, like, it was already sunset, so it'd just be darker, because then you can get away with shitty CG, you know?
Or make it rainy. And then, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
you just have Godzilla walk by.
That's right. Hank Azaria.
But what I was saying about the romantic subplot is that I think that there is some real romantic tension between Skarsgård and the Doctor in this movie. Not overt, it's not the plot of the movie, but I think that there is more chemistry between them than between obviously Richard Burton and the other Doctor in Nurse Ratched in the second Exorcist. And well, actually, there's a stronger case to be made for romance between George C. Scott and the priest in the third Exorcist. But that's just platonic.
Che. All right, let's see what we got here. Reading up on the versions.
Once a priest, always a priest, man.
That's right.
Gotta take care of the wounded.
You take an oath, man.
Yep.
Not just to yourself, but to the big God.
And he rolled up his sleeves, took the jacket off. The sexy Skarsgård.
What's as someone who's much like our doctor here, was it Rachel is her name? Having difficulty with the word theoretically there. What's
What's
there any
word?
words?
Oh.
Yeah, any words that immediately come to mind as far as having difficulty with?
Not off the top of my head as far as words. I can tell you that if I'm really tired or if I have been drinking, then any word can trip me up. I guess that happens to everybody, but it could be, it might happen a little more severely to me, which makes it real fun to edit whenever we record and I'm really tired. I'll tell you what drives me nuts is on and in.
On and in?
Yeah. I've been living in this country for more than 20 years now. Is that right? Yeah, more than 20 years. And it will still happen that sometimes I'll like catch myself like hesitating. I was like, wait, is it on or is it in? Whenever you say like something is in something or something is on something. Because in Spanish, it's the same word. It's just in.
Mm-hmm.
This,
that's true. En, right?
Yeah, this is en esto. Esto está en esto. And that's whether it's on or in. There's another one. Oh, at. I think you can throw something, this is at or this is in. Like if I'm giving somebody an address or telling them where this is, like I always have to like say it in my head first to make sure it sounds right. So I sympathize with this doctor who's in a much more stressful situation, talking about re-breaking this poor dude's leg so they can set it straight. And
that's an interesting line. Said the best view of God is from hell. Speaking or writing English is easier. What would you say?
No. Spanish. Well, no, because I grew up in Spanish, so it's always easier for me.
No. I that's what I meant. As learning English, is speaking or writing it easier?
Writing.
Oh man, fucking Getting Stellan Skarsgård sleeping in a litany of positions here.
It's the opening of Apocalypse Now.
Jesus. Okay, so there were no reshoots.
Look at this shit. What is this?
What are we doing?
This looks like padding.
So all the reshoots were done when Rennie Harlan came in. Just FYI.
That's why they couldn't fix the hyenas. But now the question is, did Schrader use any of the Harlan stuff when he came back?
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds... Uh-oh.
Was that Pazuzu?
It was Pazuzu. As we... Okay, see... Well, that's a real hyena. That's why it looks good.
Okay, this Priest Francis, Father Francis looks like a very young, very innocent Judge Reinhold. I was trying to figure out who he reminded me of.
Yeah, that works.
No,
so to your point of this movie being a bomb, just for understanding, the studio greenlit it with Schrader at the helm for $35 million, and the movie with like the reshoots and Harlan being brought in went up to over 90. Seems like a lot to be spent for a movie that, you know, you and I probably would never have circled back to.
But then everybody was like, it's okay. It's The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it.
Ooh. Okay, so the beginning. Pazuzu!
We meet again. Actually, no. We meet for the first time.
For the last time. Okay, hold on now.
Are you getting the two versions mixed up?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to see.
Look at Chichi getting better. Is it the power of God, or is it just the power of Stellan Skarsgård?
Okay. I got mixed up there. Make your leg better. Because Dominion here got released on VHS on October 25th of 2005. I said, well, hold on.
Oh, so he got a VHS release, and then they're like, all right, we'll give you a theatrical too.
No. It got a theatrical release, but then it very quickly after.
May,
it was
right?
August. Wait, now you're tripping me up. This was May. August was the other one. So they were separated by
less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year. Anyway, the whole point was I read it got a VHS release on October 25th of 2005, and I was like, well, no, hold on. Do you know what the last major motion picture released on VHS was?
Yes, because you've told me.
Uh-huh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's Eraser?
No. That was years before. Okay, it's a movie that came out in 2005, but the VHS release was in early 2006. Released September of 2005. Directed by David Cronenberg. Stars Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, Eastern Promises.
Close. History of Violence.
The other one. History of Violence. I was so proud of myself, too.
But that tripped me up for a second. So, I mean, to be fair, this is still one of the final VHSs.
They were trying anything to get some more money back. Like, fuck it, Laserdisc, too. I don't want to forget, and it's also relevant because, you know, that doctor doesn't lose her accent. You asked me what's easier, you know, writing or speaking it, and it is writing it, because it's a lot easier to get the spelling down than it is to get the accent down.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I mean, it's tough. You can mimic someone, you can, repeat what they're saying, but then when you're creating your own sentences, it's different. You really, what you have to learn is how to put the how to move your mouth, how to recreate those sounds word by word, or no, I'm sorry, letter by letter, or rather sound by sound. So when I actually studied English more in depth, I actually went to like a school that was just to learn English. You would you take a class on phonetics, and they would show you like these drawings of the mouth and how the mouth is supposed to look when you're, saying this sound. And it was actually pretty interesting. And I can tell you, at least for me, it made a huge difference. You can thank those classes for the fact that we can actually have a conversation where people can understand us both instead of you mostly going, So anyone that can, I guess, going back to praising the doctor here, anyone that can learn English without going through intensive classes, I mean, I'm like, hats off to you. Like, especially speaking it, and speaking it intelligibly. Look at this. This is like Indiana Jones shit. But this is something that the other movies hinted at. In fact, the second one even tried to recreate it in a way, but it never looked interesting. This looked decent to me.
Yeah.
Now, is this what you would want from an Exorcist prequel, Alex? Like, if you get no choice in the fact that there's going to be a prequel, like they've decided that they're going to tell the backstory of Father Merrin, is this what you go with? Like, oh, he's in Africa and he's exploring temples.
I guess you kind of have to, because Merrin is the icon, of the first one. Like, literally the posters, Father Merrin. I don't know. I just find Karras so much more fascinating. But yeah, I guess if you have to, this is kind of interesting. Like we just talked about at the beginning, it does this job to explain why he's so hardened and unbothered. Right.
Like, what would the Father Karras prequel would be? Like him boxing? Like, he almost made it to the big time.
Do some crossover where he fights Rocky Balboa.
Could have been a contender. He fights Brando. Oh, you haven't seen On the Waterfront yet, right? You said you own it, but you haven't seen it?
I have the Criterion, yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that speech, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that line is...
Could have been somebody. Could have been a contender. Instead of a bum, what I am.
That's what you are, Jules. A bum.
It's a fucking bum.
And Merrin is just ice cold veins.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is him before he even has any idea that... Well, I don't know. Maybe he does know because he's, he went to school to be a priest, I guess. But so he knows it's possible that, there's demons and exorcisms or whatever. But at this point, he's at a point in his life where it doesn't jump to mind like right away when something weird happens. He's like, oh, it could be a possession. It could be a demon, right? To him, it's just like, oh, it's an old temple and there's sacrifices and the animals are acting weird. But that's Africa.
That's more really horrendous CG.
Yeah. It's like radioactive, those entrails. I like this guy. I like the other sidekick. I wonder if is that Billy Crawford? Is Billy Crawford the bad guy? the general.
It is.
Chuma is Billy Crawford.
Billy Cheche.
Oh, Chich is Billy. Okay, Chuma is the guy that's with him though. The guy that's with Marin all the time. That's not Francis.
Correct. Andrew French.
Oh, Andrew
This isn't
French.
it.
Okay.
Oh no.
Professor Marin. Is there a movie about this story? The story of the fall of Lucifer, Lucifer's rebellion, and his fall from grace? Because whenever it's told, it sounds epic as fuck. And I'm like,
It does.
How has nobody ever really done it? Or have they done it and I just was not aware? I'm not aware. Because maybe they made it super religious.
Well, according to Google's AI summation, there isn't one definitive big budget Lucifer's Rebellion movie.
Well, there you go. Get cracking, Paul Schrader.
The prophecy from 1995 focuses on the ongoing war in heaven after Lucifer's fall, with Viggo Mortensen as a memorable Lucifer, bringing up Viggo once again.
I thought the prophecy was a Christopher Walken movie, or is that a different one?
He plays Gabriel in it.
Oh, okay. Man,
Yeah.
there's several of those. Never seen any of them, but I remember being confused because the Omen in Spanish, whenever they played on TV, that was La Profecía, which is also the prophecy. So I always get those mixed up. So I think we're getting to the point in the movie where it becomes even more apparent that the British soldiers, British troops, yes, they're not Nazis, but they're also not good people. And that they're going to become there's Pazuzu as a villain in one end, and then on the other end, there's these guys, the British Army. This is the other pain in the ass in the movie. This guy would be played by Benedict Cumberbatch in the remake.
I don't know if we're rushing to a remake for this.
Four Paul Schrader movies, Alex. Because also on Patreon we did the one we did in Hawk. First Reformed.
Mm-hmm.
So counting Taxi Driver, that's 4.
Well, there you go.
One more Schrader, you get the jacket.
Classic white people shit now.
Yes.
They dig up this place and now they're just guarding it with a gunpoint.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the fact that they're talking about like, hey, maybe we can steal some of this stuff and nobody will notice.
That too, yeah.
This is very much a horror movie scene.
It is.
I know we talked about, I think it was like parole hearings.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody should make a montage of famous parole hearings in movies. I think we did it in the Three from Hell episode. We were talking about that, about Sherry Moon's parole hearing. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
should do a montage of famous birth scenes in movies.
I remember just like a handful of movies when I saw when a kid just made me think like it was like the worst thing someone could experience. It scared me.
I mean, you're making it sound like it doesn't scare you now. I'm terrified of the idea. I mean, I'm never going to have to worry about it, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, same. Jesus Christ.
I would think of like the closest is if you have to pass a stone. Like you have a kidney stone and you have to pass it.
All right. Well, Julio, let's not do the man thing where we compare anything to childbirth because we don't know what it's like.
No, but I'm saying the closest that a man can get to it. Because, you're like peeing a stone. And I know it's nowhere near what childbirth is.
One of my brothers, one of my best friends, AJ, had a bad kidney stone. It's got to have been 10 years ago, but it was his story. It was just skin churning. Oh.
Very appropriate.
Oh.
Look at that shit. That baby looks better than the hyenas.
It's covered in maggots. Good God Almighty.
At that point, when something like that happens, you're like, all right, some supernatural forces may be at work here.
Correct. That bone break, that reminded me of Bone Tomahawk. Who's the doctor? Well, it's Patrick Wilson's leg. They have to reset. Oh, yeah, it's brutal. Oh.
This is what happens to white people for doing white people shit in a horror movie.
Yeah, man. Shouldn't have overstepped your bounds, brother.
And for what? A diamond? 2 diamonds?
It was a good shot.
Yeah. Close their eyes. So did your friend keep the kidney stone? Like, does he have it in a jar?
I don't know about that. I never asked to see it. His story was too terrifying.
My dad had kidney stones. Not always, but there was a period of his life where he did, and he would tell the stories, and that shit has haunted me my entire life because I'm like, are they genetic? Like, or can I just have a decent diet and not have to worry about it?
Yeah.
This guy's like, fuck this. I'm out of here.
Doing the smart thing.
Yeah. He is your girl in the Green Inferno.
Oh, Sky Ferreira?
Yeah.
You guys are stupid. Have fun.
That guy didn't just drive away. He flew away.
Uh-oh.
Turning on the white people.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, come on, Jomo. That's not what you saw.
So the quote I have here is that the studio... An early cut of Schrader's film ran 130 minutes and was shown to the studio in early 2003. The cut was widely derided due to lack of scares and gore. Julio, we've now watched 3 of these bad boys. The first one in particular, and we're not dealing with like a jump scare fest, you know?
I mean, so far nobody has stabbed themselves in the vagina with a crucifix, but
even still,
you had the baby covered in maggots. I can just imagine people just yawning. Boring. Where's Pazuzu?
You mentioned it earlier, like, this is what a prequel would be. Like, you know, if he saw a bunch of shit, like horrific, you know, Halloween, Friday the 13th style deaths, he probably would have left the priesthood, man. He's just familiar with the scene.
I don't know what they wanted. Maybe they wanted a, you know, kind of like Wolverine origins, just like a tale told across decades. Father Merrin constantly, every decade, he fights Pazuzu in a new environment.
All right, so let's think of the time frame we're at here, right? We had the Texas Chainsaw remake. I think this is firmly ensconced in the remake craze. And so maybe Warner Brothers thought they were getting like a leg up. But again, like, what the fuck are their expectations? Because The Exorcist has never been those kind of movies. But I guess,
like, well, until now.
Well, yeah, I guess that was the idea, right? Because it has the name. It's been 30 years since the first one came out, so we can just convince people it's like all the others.
And look, we're only, 6 years? 5 years after Phantom Menace? So prequels were the way to go.
You have a point there, my friend.
I mean, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you just brought it up. 2003. No, wait, that's not the prequel. The prequel is the one that follows.
That was the remake. The prequel was 05, 06. So probably, you know, as close in proximity to this. I mean, this looks great. Look at this shot right here. Look at the lighting there. We used to make movies.
That's a real building. It's a real doctor.
Yeah,
real Father Merrin.
Real fucking lighting, dude. Yeah, this is... I mean, I'm bored to tears with this movie so far, but this looks great.
How can you be bored of Father Merrin struggling to not regain his faith?
So far, that opening is without question the best part.
Yeah. Look at this shot. Don't tell me that there's no chemistry there.
There's no spark flying.
Yeah. Look at that smile.
Who's this gal? Rachel Lesno. Claire Bellar. Beller? She is a French actress. I've never seen it, but the only thing I see on her filmography that I'm familiar with is the Spielberg film AI.
Is she the mom?
Brother, I just said I haven't seen it.
Oh, I thought you meant. Okay, well, she might be the mom.
Could be. This is a good movie.
Yeah, I like it. I've liked it better every time I've seen it. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. Uh-oh.
Got a fucking civil war breaking out here. The British Empire.
Alex, you've seen enough movies to know that this looks a little too much like the opening of this movie.
Yes.
Do you think Father Merrin is about to find himself reliving his nightmare from a few years ago?
Who's putting a gun in his face?
These guys are not even Nazis.
Certainly acting like them.
Yeah. Rookie mistake. You don't knock out the translator because now they can't understand you.
Rookie mistake. Oh, no. Oh. Hell of a right hook there by Skarsgård.
Father Karras was not the only one who could punch. Was that a really good punch?
No.
Like, okay, I was gonna say then this general, this captain, whatever, like he folded way too quickly.
Oh, no. It was. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like technically speaking. It was a great sucker punch, like because he got his whole ass into it.
Oh, but the form, like whenever you held your card,
if you tried to throw that punch,
score,
like they would have to be really drunk. Like if someone's looking at you and you threw that punch at them, they would have to be really drunk not to be able to like slip it or move out of the way. It's very telegraphed.
Okay,
yeah.
But in the context
of
the punch, in this movie.
He charged up. Like it was a great sucker punch. Took him out. Young Judge Reinhold here having a hard time.
He did not sign up for this. So you could argue, and I think the movie does later, that there's a presence that you know, it's just that the evil is not just coming out of the men, but that the evil is getting into the men from, you know, this place.
Yes.
They dug up that church. And so that guy that just shot that woman, that innocent woman, I mean, he was not in his right mind, not just because he was angry, but also because he was being influenced by the demons, which, I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of a cowardly way of framing it. I like it better if you're just telling me, no, people can be really shitty.
So we're both really high on Exorcist 3. And I understand kind of what this movie's trying to do. And it's what Ebert said. It's like approaching evil in a realistic way. But I think one of the things you and I were both, if I recall correctly, both very complimentary about Exorcist 3 was the interesting dichotomy, or not dichotomy, what's the word? The moral quandary it put George C. Scott in with that as a man who wanted to be of faith, but he sees the absolute worst that humans have to offer. You know what I mean? And I think we started off interesting in that same note here with Father Merrin from, you know, Nazi Germany. But then it seems like it just gets kind of off the tracks here, and like we're not not real sure. I don't know. It seems like the British are just being bad for no reason, where it could just be like this thing of everyone turning on each other. I don't know. But you're right. Obviously, the thing is they done dug up this temple and it unleashed something bad. And so that's where we're at right now. And compliments to Stellan Skarsgård. I don't know if you know this, Julio. Good actor.
Yeah.
He's
He can carry a movie regardless of the quality.
he's doing what he can here. And so far that the female doctor, Rachel, I'm digging her too.
Yeah, she's good. I think because their conversations or moments feel a lot more grounded.
Yes.
Than,
they're also shot and framed much better than everything else, which is obviously very intentional. But yeah, fucking Dwight over here is not doing anything for me.
Like, I like the idea of him. Like, he is the priest that hasn't lost his faith, and so he is the counterpart that Stellan Skarsgård needs here, that Father Mary needs, because he's lost his faith. But I think that maybe there's just not the chemistry that Skarsgård has with the doctor is, he doesn't have that with this kid. And also, I think that as an audience member, it's a lot easier to be on Skarsgård's side. So whenever they have these conversations where Father Francis is like, no, but God loves you, and all the stuff, you're like, really? Because we saw what happened at the beginning of the movie. So I'm on Father Marin's side. Like, fuck this. Father Francis is there just to teach Sunday school.
Got an ESPN alert on my phone. Julio, it's a lot of things are happening in professional football right now. It's in the postseason. This is typically we're in the postseason of the professional run. Playoffs have begun. So this is like all the teams that went nowhere in the season or lost, or firing coaches and their staff and whatnot. So there's been for those keeping up with it, there's been a lot of regular updates and alerts sent to phones by the ESPN app, and that's some of them have been funny, some of them have been sad. Oh, what the fuck?
Again, Alex, was this the work of Pazuzu? Was it just ignorance? Was it religion?
Jesus Jones.
I mean, that is like a good question for an Exorcist movie to ask, this late into the franchise.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's being asked so far. So I'm like, I welcome it. Just the idea of, man, why is, all this horrible shit, why is it that God is letting it happen?
Also, why was it?
I'm not saying that the movie doesn't have to give me an answer, but I'm glad that somebody's asking it.
Did Oliver Stone guest direct that scene with the fucking tilted camera the whole time?
Schrader had the flu that weekend.
Yes.
Conveniently, he got sick for the scene where little kids get killed.
Despite all the conditions, I'm glad her hair is still holding up immaculately.
Well, she hasn't been into, part of any of the big scenes. She was there when...
she hasn't seen battle.
Right, but no, she was there when the British stormed the town.
All right, Julio, I'm getting impatient with this. What is this fella supposed to signify?
He's going to become the vessel for Pazuzu.
Ah.
If he hasn't already. I think he's already. That's why he's healing so quickly.
Do you remember, is there an exorcism in this movie?
Yeah, because they have to exorcise Pazuzu out of this kid.
Okay.
Out of Chiche.
Chiche.
It's a much more organic exorcism than the one in part 3.
Again, I appreciate, and I know that's obviously why the original was so controversial, because it challenged especially, late 60s, early 70s conventions of Christianity. It's a flawed system, and that's the whole point, that there has to be things that test your faith. Excuse me, and that is something I appreciate. I was just talking about. That's one of the most interesting parts of Exorcist 3, and here too, this movie is not nearly as interesting, but I appreciate it posing those questions. Unfortunately, by 2004, 2005, when these movies came out, I don't think really people gave a shit about it anymore. So, because after this, it would be another 20 years before another Exorcist movie came out.
Man, I'm gonna spoil the 5th one for you, but again, I'll channel my inner Brandon Curtis, and I'll tell you. All I'll say is that they go back to the well.
Yeah.
The very first well they dug up.
Well, that's the whole deal, right? Because Ellen Burstyn she has like an appearance in it, right?
She's reprising her role. She's playing the same character.
Oh, God.
It's coming, Alex.
I'm not optimistic. I have to give love to my Gordon Green and McBride pair, because they brought to life a vision of Halloween I never knew I needed, but loved. But not optimistic about that viewing.
I was trying to remember if the kid's not possessed yet, but no, he is. He definitely is. I mean, based on
you see the nostrils flare?
Yeah. Clear sign of possession. But also when the kids were getting shot in the school, his eyes opened. So, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I'm of two minds. On one hand, again,
you fool!
Who does that?
Oh, come on!
Respect your boundaries, Father Francis.
The glowing eyes. Come on!
Hyena levels of special effects there.
The voice is fine, but like, they just. Just have Linda Blair not sleep for 3 days, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Your cunting daughter. Okay, that's badass.
Yeah, see, that's much scarier than him with the glowing eyes and all the other stuff.
Correct. They could have much easier. He just kind of pushed him back a bit. And
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, what I was saying is I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think you can make the argument for both, right? On one hand, I'm like, I wish that they were a little more explicit or more clear on what's happening in this town, because there are some bad people in it. And then there are people reacting to those bad people, and what's happening in this town because there's a demon living underneath. that church that they just found. Because if I find it, if it's just because there's a demon influencing them, that's kind of boring. But if it's just that they're bad people, and the point is that because people can be so flawed, you can never, in reality, you can't tell if it's their fault or if it's the demon's fault. Like, I think that there's something there. And so if the whole point is that you can't tell, then I guess it makes sense that the movie wouldn't make it explicit. Like, you wouldn't tell you exactly, when is it that Pazuzu's making something happen, and when is it that the British soldiers are just being shitty because they're shitty people.
Yeah.
But, you keep getting these shots, these cutaways to Cheche in his bed, opening his doors or fretting his nostrils, and you're like, oh no, it's all the demon doing it.
I think we're in the best original screenplay scene right now.
Oh, there you go. Clash of the Titans.
Yeah. You're so fucking arrogant.
Do you think he wants Cheche to be baptized? That's what's happening. Francis. Like, the thing that what he witnessed, or things he may have witnessed, he has taken as a sign that the kid needs to be baptized. And Father Marion says no.
So Billy Crawford, what else is he in?
Cheche?
Cheche, yeah.
I mean, I don't know him from anything else, but I wonder if he can. Like, if you see him in another movie and you've seen him in this, you're like, no, that's Cheche. I can't see him as anything else.
Does he play Chaka in Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell?
Did you recognize him?
No, I'm kidding. He's
just,
the way he talks is like Chaka. Oh, you haven't seen that movie, have you?
No.
Incredible comedy.
That's one of those reviled ones, though, right?
Incorrectly so. Everyone can eat my ass on that one. That movie fucking rules.
Is it just another semi-pro?
It is no semi-pro, but it is very, very funny. It's very stupid. Like, I remember the reviews talking about how dumb it is, and it's like, dog, it's a Will Ferrell, like, interpretation of Land of Lost where he runs away from CG dinosaurs. It's going to be really fucking dumb. Danny McBride's in it, very funny. I don't think you would like it. But oh man, I think it is hilarious. I enjoyed watching that movie, like, just on that is like a perfect like lounge by the pool, like, the pool we have up by the TV, and throw that movie on type of affair. There's a lot of Will Ferrell. You have to be down with Will Ferrell to appreciate it. Main thing was I did a double feature at the theater of that in the summer of 2009. That would have been. I saw Up, and then I saw Land of the Lost. And
that is a very weird double feature.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Julio. Up, slightly better film. But I was so emotionally rattled after that. I was like, all right, I just need some dumb shit right now. And there was this part. It was a smaller theater. It would have been like Theater 14. It was at a Cinemark. I can't remember which Cinemark it was at, but like Theater 14, like a smaller theater.
Yeah,
but it was a full smaller theater. Oh no!
That guy also didn't like Land of the Lost.
I was about to say, suddenly this seems so trivial. But anyway, there was a part I remember that I like lost my fucking mind at and couldn't stop laughing, and no one else was laughing. And then people just like, turning around and kind of looking at me. And I was like, dude, fuck you. I didn't say this out loud, but I was like, that shit is hilarious. So Great shot here. Great tracking shot.
Paul Schrader reminding everybody that he's a real director.
That's right. I mean, the comedy writes itself there of replacing fucking Paul Schrader with Rennie Harlan. Oh my God. Don't bother, doctor. I'd imagine so. It's like someone jumping and trying to fucking do CPR on fucking John F. Kennedy.
So I guess the guy killed himself because he figured out the demon part of this scenario, or at least he could sense it.
Yeah. And Cheche is just sitting there orchestrating it all.
Yeah. The other thing is like this makes sense in a way as a Paul Schrader movie, because Schrader has that religious streak, that spiritual side of his movies, you know. And of course, like First Reformed is the most obvious example out of the things that we've watched together.
Mm-hmm.
And so a movie that, even though it's kind of part of a bigger franchise, you could say it's like more of a Hollywood take on a horror movie or whatever, but it's still, you know, it's dealing with faith and God and man's relationship with both. So if you tell me, like, I wouldn't be like, why is Paul Schrader directing an Exorcist movie? And I guess I would also say, why? What? I wouldn't ask myself, why is Rennie Harlan directing it? Because I also would say, oh, Rennie Harlan directs anything.
Yeah.
he just jumps in when needed, as called, and takes care of business. But I would like to think that Schrader had more at stake, more skin in the game when it came to this movie. Harlan probably was just like, all right, what are the pieces that I have? What pieces am I missing to make this more mainstream?
It sounds like there was a lot of more gore involved, and you know, they kind of, or not kind of, it sounds like the screenplay was tinkered with too, that they only kept like part of this. But you know, I've been looking at this while we've been, I mean, okay, to begin with, Julio, my thesis remains. I think it was proven after the failure of Exorcist 2, there was not and has not been a demand for anything to follow up The Exorcist. We were fortunate in getting The Exorcist 3 because it's a fucking great movie, but there was never any demand, and there was never anything that like financially can be proven, or any metrics rather financially that can say that people since the first Exorcist have wanted another. And then looking into it also, I was looking into the horror movies that released. I always remember House of a Thousand Corpses was 2003. And, you know, that was a movie that was in the can for several years before they released it. But then looking at 2004, The Grudge, Saw, The Village, the Dawn of the Dead remake, Shaun of the Dead is a good example. It was just a different era being entered in like what mainstream audiences wanted from horror. So this just never had a chance, man. And this isn't great. I'm not going to pretend like it is, but this never had a chance.
Well, it's not that. It's not what you're pointing out to us as what audiences wanted at that time. Yeah, of course, they wanted a more action-packed Exorcist. Not Stellan Skarsgård wandering around this village, observing men being evil to each other. But also, terrible idea to baptize your possessed friend in a church that's already demonic. I wonder whose idea it was that Stellan Skarsgård had to put a jacket on as he walked through that shot. Was it Skarsgård telling Schrader's like, I got nothing to do in this shot. Can I at least be putting my jacket on as I walk? Your red eyes again.
Perfect hair.
Rachel. Anytime I see a character named Rachel, it's just...
Oh, you have to, yeah.
The curse of the Dark Knight.
He arises.
Look at Father Francis.
All right, what is this Matrix bullshit, dude? I was going to say, regardless of my thoughts. Okay. Now he's talking like fucking Freddy Krueger. Meanwhile.
You just see Schrader talking to the special effects guy. And it's like, oh no, this looks kind of silly. And the special effects guy is like, oh, trust me. Did you see The Matrix?
It's all you have wired up. You think we get some rights to like some Marilyn Manson or something?
Now we're reaching the stage that I think I always reach with these movies, where I'm like, all right, it's the demon's plan is not making much sense.
Correct.
And maybe they'll explain it in the next 40 minutes, whatever's left. But why is it just intermittent that Chich is possessed, but not all the time?
I don't know, man.
Or was he trying to get them, like it's part of the plan to get them to take Cheche into the church and try to baptize him there? Like, was Pazuzu trying to get Cheche into the church?
Again, I think I do a pretty decent job of explaining my theory of what the demon wants in the first one. The second one's just fucking dreck. And the third one, I think we figured it out kind of together. But this is just so... The more this is going on, the more I'm realizing like there's no scenario in which this works. I can understand what Paul Schrader's trying to do, and it makes me, I don't know about paying for it, but it makes me interested to see what the Rennie Harlan one was, because it sounds like it was way more salacious. But
more
all right.
Nudity.
So, there's this cultural struggle and the crisis of faith, and also trying to figure out what the demon's doing here that we're dealing with, Julio. Let me ask you this. And you think they do this movie in
Let me ask you this. Who gives a shit?
Exactly. Not many people. I can tell you that from its box office return. All right. So it's 2004. You put the Exorcist label on it, but it's based in, would-be modern time. And you just make this Saw fucking Rob Zombie gore fest, That's bound to do better than this did, I imagine.
Yeah, but then you're going against the brand, pal. Like, that's not what The Exorcist is.
That I was about to say. Then that would be even funnier, because then, 22 years later, we'd be here reading these reviews that talked about how it compromised the sanctity of, okay, now he's bald.
Look at his hand is fully healed.
Looks like an alien from Fire in the Sky. No, not that movie. I'm trying to. What alien does he look like? He kind of looks like the aliens from Signs.
Oh. Well, then he should be really easy to defeat.
No shit.
Just swing away, Marin.
Quick call out. We got a hair under 40 minutes left in this movie, and this is already happening. So.
Well, Alex, I mean, you asked if there was an exorcism. You need at least 40 minutes for an exorcism.
Touche. Fell into it there. What else was 04? Oh, Alien vs. Predator. Previously covered on the Contrarians. Hellboy. Good movie.
Hey.
You prefer 1 or 2? I like 2 more than the first one.
I haven't rewatched the second one. Other than that clip of them singing. That's the second one, right? Because you brought it up. I was like, oh,
Barry
I
Manilow?
didn't remember that. Yeah.
One of my best friends in college was a guy named JP who I kind of lost touch with over the years. But I remember he was a big movie and wrestling guy. So that's how we became friends. And I remember for 2 or 3 months after Hellboy 2 came out, he was only drinking Tecate. He would, when we got ready for the party, Tecate's fine. If I'm going to have it, I have it dressed with, salt and lemon or lime, excuse me. But I just remember after we saw that, went in to get, our usual shit like Keystone or something. He's like, grab me a 6-pack of Tecate. I just kind of looked back at him like, what? And he wouldn't admit it's because that's what Hellboy drank, but I knew it's because that's what Hellboy drank.
Did he also like Baby Roots?
I mean, who doesn't? Man, I don't remember last time.
Yeah, but that's the Hellboy candy, right?
Is it?
I thought so. In fact, I think at least when the first one came out, there was a special deal that we got in concessions where we got, because we didn't sell Baby Roots, but suddenly we had them like the big bars.
Oh no.
Oh, Father Francis. He's reenacting that scene from Conan the Barbarian.
Oh man. Didn't know what to do, sir. Not mocking British people, mocking that actor.
He got that line. That's his one line in the movie.
It's got to be a hell of a way to go in modern times, getting shot with arrows.
And sort of crucified. He's not crucified, but he's... Oh man, what is that? Animatronic? Bad CGI?
That looked possibly real with a superimposed background. Hyenas are one of those animals that like look like kind of cute, like you want to play with them, and then they would just like fucking eat your face off. That's the thing with polar bears, like also it doesn't help that you and I grew up in the generation of Coca-Cola where the polar bear was their mascot and looked all fucking cute.
I was going to say, you can blame Coca-Cola for that.
They're so fucking cute. And you watch like videos of them like in the Arctic, like playing in the snow. It's like, oh, you or I get close to a polar bear, they're going to fucking rip our limbs off, dude.
In what scenario does that happen?
You imagine? We end up going to some film festival in fucking Alaska or something.
Some asshole filmmaker brings a polar bear to Q&A.
Yeah. Throw back to semi-pro with that. It gets loose.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. All right. Judge Reinhold here being asked to be read his last rites.
But not just that. I think he's going to tell Marin. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Have one last request, Father. Get your balls back.
Oh, man. The score is all wrong here. When he told him the rite of exorcism, it's supposed to go and like build really heavy.
Or no, it's too early for tubular bells. That has to be when he actually does the exorcism,
brother.
right?
No. You're right. That is absolutely right. Tubular Bells sort of kicked in right at that point. Why do they keep going back?
Well, in this case, because Rachel is in there now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Rachel and the alien are in there.
The alien.
Van Helsing came out in 2004. You a Van Helsing
that one
fan?
bombed. I mean, I don't think it bombed like this one bombed, but
Critically,
there's a reason
I remember
why
it was a disaster.
Because they never made a sequel, and that was supposed to set a franchise.
Brother, Kate Beckinsale, just generally, how the dick did that movie have a nearly $200 million budget? Granted, I haven't seen it since it was released. I do remember the tie-in game on PS2 was actually pretty fun. It had this awesome fucking like hook gun you could shoot at your enemies. Man, I played so many of those early 2000s tie-in video games. The Minority Report game, I remember that was a lot of fun.
Did you play the Exorcist Dominion game?
Yeah, it came
It's
on
a walk simulator.
It came on a floppy disk with a Happy Meal at Taco Bell.
Your father marrying you walk around town, and every couple of minutes something horrible happens, and you witness it.
You have to pick up berries and stuff to replenish your health.
Every now and then you have to kneel and pray.
Yes, it gives you the option. Pray, and if you make the wrong decision, your health goes down half.
Give last rites. Yes, no.
Okay. Original Exorcist, is there any true like fucking jump scare in that movie like we just saw there? That was meant for people in theater to go, ah. Like, is there anything like that in the original Exorcist? And I'm not talking about the shit that was added with like the flashes of Pazuzu and stuff. Like,
no, the mom that screams without sound, that's not a jump scare, right? That's just creepy.
correct.
How about the crab walk, the spider walk?
Not in the original.
Oh, so you're just being hardcore because it was shot. It wasn't added. I mean, it was shot.
Correct. Friedkin rightly said it looked stupid.
I wonder if there's record anywhere of what Friedkin thought of this movie.
I'm gonna. It's not a limb. I'm just gonna guess he never saw it. Who gives a shit? Marin, sucking face here in the pit.
But then, once again, you have the out of like, oh, well, it's just the influence of the temple.
Okay, yeah, what are we doing here? Cheche.
But sadly, Alex, isn't it turning into the movie that they wanted, that audiences wanted?
I imagine it took way too long to get there. Oh, brother's shaved and oiled up, man. He's ready for his run in Memphis.
When you're all oiled up, so it's a lot harder for them to exercise you.
All right. Oh, swept the leg.
Okay, but see, that drives me nuts. So he can do that. So he can just kill him.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he? Because he likes to play with his food.
Yeah, see, that's the whole point we talked about in the first one. What makes it so compelling is that Pazuzu's not strong enough to fully take over someone. That's because Demme has the power in the end to like override it and whatnot. And then the second movie happens, and God only knows. Now, Cheche is presenting for Stellan Skarsgård.
He's posing for a like Variety was doing its.
Oh yeah, no, Entertainment Weekly was doing the cover story.
Yeah.
I still have somewhere in my collection. I'm almost positive I've told this on the podcast before. I still have the summer movie preview issue. It was like the double issue of Entertainment Weekly that the cover is like a promotional shot of the cast of the first X-Men movie all in fucking costume. It was one of those.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was one of those pictures. It was only taken for Entertainment Weekly. We used to be a proper society. But anyway, so at the time this was being filmed, our friend William Friedkin was directing The Hunted, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, which I can't say I've ever seen.
Now that you've mentioned the cast, I remember it, but I haven't seen it. I just remember it coming out.
Connie Nielsen. Why does that name sound familiar?
Man, he had time. I've forgotten that this happened. He left the temple. He was at the final boss battle and he backed out. And he was like, no, I'm going to go level up before I come back for this fight. Oh, Alex, I think we're about to see the iconic.
Busting out the uniform, rather.
Yeah. The Exorcist 1 skin.
Oh. Connie Nielsen. She was the female lead in The Hunted, and that was her cash-in off Gladiator.
How did that work out for her?
Well, hilariously, in terms of podcast lore, she was in what a 1998 she had. She was in Rushmore and Soldier, the Kurt Russell film. Oh,
and this guy might have a point.
That was his son. All right. So Batman has put the cowl back on. Bane has driven him too far.
He didn't just just so you know that he's serious. He did the sign of the cross. He forgave that guy.
That's right.
For his rude words.
That's the famous angle in 2001 where Vince McMahon begged for Steve Austin to return to the old Stone Cold. I need the old Stellan Skarsgård. Oh, God. The Aguris? What are we drinking? Blood here?
Who killed Captain Alex?
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, hopefully it's fake blood, you know? That's fucking awesome. He drove himself up wearing this regalia.
There it is. There it is. I was going to please tell me somebody. I thought he was going to correct him. He said, let Mr. Marin in. And I thought Skarsgård was going to say, it's Father Marin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they really like those hyenas.
Okay, that might be an animatronic. I don't know. Very much missed. He's read the Bible before. He's familiar with it. Very missed opportunity. Him not just going up and petting the hyena. We can't eat too much because we're dealing with some really elaborate sets here, which is cool.
They went into a cave and carved it.
It's quite angering. This movie ended up costing $90 million to make. But at least they got 2 movies out of it, you know?
Yes.
Okay, so for Father Marin here, I'm trying to remember. So this is okay. This isn't redemption. This would be his first exorcism. This is what we're trying to paint the story of here. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is his. I was trying to think of the word earlier when I was trying to describe his arc. Because it's not vindication, but it's just him regaining his faith. But it's also kind of weird because it's almost like, well, what else could he do, right?
Yeah.
He has a little demon floating in front of him, so...
That's some shit blue screen, man. Look at that. I mean,
Just like
we're obviously
on an ottoman.
Yeah, we're obviously living 20 years later, but right now, you and I could do something better with our phones. Oh. Damn, hell of a bump from Stellan.
This was when he was still doing his own stunts.
Well, that impact was him. Yeah, what the fuck?
It looks like he's at a concert. Tonight, Cheche at the AT&T Arena.
Stellan looks like he's in the opening level of Red Faction right now, just walking through.
So those are, what do you think? Styrofoam walls that just look like stone, like the cave?
Oh no. Aurora Borealis. What is going on? Wait, is Rachel possessed now?
Apparently. Came out of nowhere.
Well, the fucking Northern Lights show up.
Yeah. Do you think that Schrader... That's why the
this dude's
budget
just
was so
fucking
expensive.
beating his meat in his bed.
Not Chuma, I know.
Oh, no. Losing his faith.
But no, do you think that the budget was so expensive because Schrader insisted on staying up all night after night, until they could capture the Aurora Borealis?
Yeah, yes.
Like, we're not going to do any of those computer effects.
Looked very real. It's that 30 Rock bit where Jenna does that movie, and like, God, where is it? Is it Iceland? It's somewhere where like it's only dark for 1 minute a day, every day, and so they have to film it 1 minute at a time.
Yes. I think Cheche has achieved the Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat
Look at that
version.
That was the alternate attire when you click like the third button in the arcade game and you get like Vega and Pink.
You have to unlock it first.
That's true.
You have to beat it
you have to beat the game with it. Yeah.
Well, you have to beat him, with all three of the characters. You have to beat him with Father Marin, with Father Francis, and with Rachel.
I forget the original Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation 1. I think if you beat it 3 times, you can play as Snake wearing a tuxedo. And
that's awesome.
In 2026, that doesn't mean much, but back in 99, 2000, it was like, oh shit.
Well, the original Metroid, you know Metroid, right? The game.
Yeah,
there's like a gazillion of them. But
well, the first one's the big reveal is it's a woman, right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. So after you beat the game, or maybe if you beat the game within less than 2 hours or whatever, then you get to play it again without the armor. So it's just like this chick running around.
Oh yeah, that's right. I fucking love this right here. The snow, the way it's clearly being like blown sideways and like kind of up at an angle. It looks so fucking epic. And look, it's a war I've lost, but like, I don't know if there's any movie anymore that doesn't use CG snow.
We didn't lose this war, Alex. We won.
Oh, look at you embracing American tradition.
Well, I was talking about the world, the good guys in general.
That is true. No, I the war I lost in this regard is that we don't have practical snow in films anymore. Despite how easy it, well, I don't know how it would capture on film. When I was at Disney World for Christmas several years ago, it's obviously Orlando, so they aren't gonna. Oh fuck! Oh no!
So is this Pazuzu showing him, look, you could have been a badass. Everybody was still getting killed.
Okay, we're back to this. Because that only happened once, and I still can't make any sense of it.
I think it's a symbolic representation of his guilt.
Anyway, wrap that story up at Disney World at Christmas.
Anyway, they killed everybody again.
They were piping in. It had the appearance of snow, but it was really, really small flecks of like bubbles and soap put together. But it was awesome because, I'm walking around in fucking a t-shirt and shorts and it looks like it's snowing out. So, but still,
Right.
I don't know of anything that portrays snow anymore that isn't computer generated. I mean, Nolan, if he does snow, it'll be real. But
how about Pain with the holdovers?
well, that was shot on location. I mean, like if someone wants to shoot something like a soundstage or something like that. But yes, good call. I did rewatch that at Christmas. That movie is incredible.
I would expect you to. That's a great Christmas movie. It just seems like it would be such a pain in the ass because it melts.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one thing I guess of all. Here we go. Of all of the things I can begrudge us using computers for, that's one that I'm like, I'll give you that much. All right.
Alex, are we officially off the rails?
Dude, this is shit. Fucking Rachel just walked in looking like Frankenhooker there. And now what the fuck are we doing?
Jesus Christ. Everybody's like, Father Marion, can you hurry it up? We're killing each other here.
Dude, you're within striking distance. Just punch him in the face.
Hey, you can do both. You can pray and punch.
Yeah, it's not a 13-year-old girl. This is a man. Punch him. Oh, no. James Earl Jones' revenge.
Just tying it all together, Alex.
Brad Dourif just appears. Someone ring.
Said it before. I'll say it again. I'll say it again in the next commentary. The exorcism part of the Exorcist movies is, diminishing returns. Seen it once. It was very well done. They need to see it again and again and again.
Oh.
It's like, it's boring because I just don't know. I know I'm like a broken record at this point, but it's like, I don't know what determines who gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
Like, is it the words? Is it like the conviction? The items, right? Now he's holding the cross the right way.
Man. He's melting.
So is that practical or digital?
That looks real.
So as a
Damn
makeup
it.
artist.
He couldn't fade back to his like previous state.
Oh, mangled.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, she was. She looks like fuck. My joke's in a tank. Who's the actress who plays Carrie's mom in the original Carrie? At the end of the movie there. She looked like her. Piper Laurie. That's it.
Oh, there he is, Alex.
Oh, all right. He's back. In Pog form.
Got hair. I don't know if I made this comment in any of our other commentaries, or maybe even during the post Exorcist.
Back to business as usual.
Yeah. But I'm like, what is it like to watch this movie if you're a priest? You know, do you just go like bullshit, bullshit, bullshit? Oh, they got this part right.
I don't know. I remember having like when I've talked to several people of very strong faith in my lifetime, but I do remember when I was in high school, a local pastor invited us over for my family over for dinner, and like I would have been like 15, 16 at the time. And I remember just finding it wholly uninteresting because he was so like guarded, or it could all be stuff he believed. But like at no point did he like consider other options, you know? And I think it'd be really interesting to talk to someone who is comfortable and confident enough in their faith that they could like speak freely about the notions of these movies and stuff. Because, for example, this guy is just like, if it's not something that he believed in, he just said it wasn't worthy of like, you know, contemplation.
It's like, don't waste my time with fake demons. You got real demons to deal with.
Because I remember posing the question to him, it was like, but what if you live your entire life by this code and there's no heaven? And he wouldn't consider it. Like, you know, whereas I've talked to other people of similar faith and they think, well, I'm not going to regret that because that's how I want to live my life. And I think that's a way more educated response than just saying, well, I don't know. I don't consider that. So to answer your question, I actually would find that conversation interesting. Someone who maybe not this one per se, but the first or third one. And
well, I want an overview of the entire franchise.
You imagine
a marathon.
Yeah. And then at the end, we'll watch It's a Wonderful Life, you know?
Right. Just to wash it all off. Well, because I think that there's some, everybody has their
Perfect
specialties.
hair, once again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Only when she was possessed.
Eyebrows on fucking point. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Alex, they're about to, if not kiss, and they're going to come really close.
Okay, fuck you, Schrader, for having a shot that beautiful at the end of this movie, all right?
Are you talking about his shot or her shot or
hers where like it was close up and her face was glowing, and then that one right there where his shadow covers up her face. Fuck you, Paul Schrader.
He's like, hey, I did what I could.
Look at this. Oh, damn it. I thought he was going to hit his head on the way out. But,
no, this is the ending of The Searchers.
It is.
Father Merrin will return.
Father Merrin. God damn it. He should have had a cowboy hat on. But what? Okay. What's going on here? An unexpected dust storm has beset the scenery.
Actually, isn't that how the second one ends? With Richard Burton and Reagan kind of like walking off into the mist?
Yeah, you might be right. I'm trying to block.
They really are like hitting everything there.
But finish your thought. What were you saying?
Well, we all have our specialties, and so I think I always wonder how like that affects people's enjoyment of certain things. Like you and I, for example, and just to make it very specific to this. Oh, look, Billy Crawford got the introducing. If we see podcasters in a movie or a TV show, I'm like, okay, that's bullshit, like, because it's very hard, rather, I don't think people care to make it look realistic. So it's like, there's no way that they're recording sound that way. That's not how you hold the mic, or so on, right? Even, if I see a movie set in a movie, there's some things I'm like, okay, that's kind of bullshit. That's not how you do it. But as far as like the rituals of exorcism, I have no idea, or more generally, I like watching hospital dramas. The Pit just came back from, for its second season. They could be making it all up in that emergency room, and I wouldn't know, right? But if you're a doctor and you watch it and you're like, oh, that's not how you do it, So the same thing, you watch The Exorcist and you actually know how the rituals are supposed to be performed. And does it bother you? Does it get in the way of you enjoying the movie on any level because it's just so distracting? I really would like to, ask. And not that I get the opportunity to chat with priests very often, but if I ever did, I think that would be a question I would have. Not just about The Exorcist, but, I guess about the depiction of, that, like the things that we see in movies that priests do that are not the usual stuff. I don't need to see somebody at the pulpit, preaching, but like, is this how you guys do exorcists?
That makes me genuinely curious in what regions of the world people being trained in priesthood would still be taught exorcisms.
Well, Italy, according to Russell Crowe.
Correct. Yeah. I'm curious if anyone
has to be one in every country. Right, like the Vatican.
Just imagining some old dude here in the States that looks like fucking Abe Vigoda that they call to whenever they need the English speaking exorcist. Also, I do need to call out this fucking credits. I don't know what music it is, but it sounds like a fucking PS2 era first person shooter menu music, man.
Yes, it does. Do you feel, now that you've seen it, or seen it again, does this, quality aside, at least give you an idea of why Father Merrin and Pazuzu have a past? Was that even Pazuzu? Because I don't think they said Pazuzu at all, so it could have been a different demon.
What was very interesting was it looked close to it, but not like the other one. So I'm curious if like the original Pazuzu paint was owned by somebody,
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Motion picture, copyright 2005. Story and screenplay, copyright 2002. Yeah, it provides. Who cares? Who wanted this?
Well, but at least did they? Because they seem
it does a good enough job. Okay, look, if you watch this movie, it kind of gives a little bit to understanding the terror in Merrin's face at the beginning of The Exorcist when he finds that fucking that tchotchke, that little trinket that has Pazuzu on it. So
did you catch the thing at the very end of the credits, Alex?
What did it say?
The demon said, "I am perfection." You heard his voice.
Oh. Well,
so I guess
not let it ruin our vacation.
Does this reframe the confrontation in the first Exorcist, as more epic, because now that this when he was young he fought this demon and beat him, and now he fights him again and loses.
Yes, but again, go listen to the commentary on the first one. I call that out. I say it's obvious this dude's called in because he's dealt with this before.
Right, but now we've seen it.
Joy. Dude, I'm telling you, it's horror was so fucking hot. Not necessarily right at the beginning of the 2000s, but bleeding into 03, 04, 05, there was a whole hell of a lot going on. So I can see Warner Brothers thinking, hey, we still own this. Been 30 years. Why not give it another go? Which makes the actual story, which we just scraped the surface of how this was like production hell and arguments and firing and bringing other people. It's a movie not worthy of that interesting of a story. So with that in mind, Julio, this is a D+ for me. Maybe even a dead center D, which would translate to 1.5 stars.
Oh my God, that seems harsh.
This is not good. Very boring. Do love Stellan Skarsgård, and he's trying. Okay, 1.5 and 2. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. I'm so backlogged on my movies. I need to fucking log on Letterboxd. So we'll see.
Me too. I gave it 3.5 when I watched it.
Whoa!
I really like that opening, and I really like. All kidding aside, I like the questions it asks and what it's trying to deal with. I think I like the things that Schrader smuggled in, because I think that what they told him is, look, we need to make a movie about the first confrontation between Father Merrin and Pazuzu. And he's like, all right, I can do that. But also I'm going to make it about how he has faced the evil of men, and that has made him lose faith. And so this is going to be how he regains faith. And along the way, I'm going to explore, or I'm going to try to explore how much men are responsible for the bad things they do, and how much they can get away with by just blaming it on a demon. And so I don't think that most of these things land, but there's moments where the movie kind of poses those questions, and and because they're good actors, I think that those moments in isolation kept me connected to the movie. It's the third act is, once the exorcism starts and the Aurora Borealis and like everybody starts going nuts, it's just like bullshit. But that happens to most of these movies. So like horror movies in general and Exorcist sequels overall, like even our beloved Exorcist 3, like I find the climax is the least interesting part of that movie. Everything else is always better. So man, I don't know. Do I lower to 3? Maybe. Just like you, I'm gonna sit on it because watching it with you, it looked a lot sillier.
Yeah, not great.
Also, it's possible, Alex, that if we ever watch the Rennie Harlin version, this gets Elizabethtown.
That's fair, but well, hold on. I mean, it may look good by comparison, but
But that's the whole point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 3.5 or 3 for me.
I meant to say that in a way that, I don't want you to disparage Elizabethtown.
Yeah, but, we had both seen like in 10 years, we end up watching Dominion prequel to The Exorcist again. And we're like, you know what? This is like catching up with an old friend.
Fair.
This is it, Alex. Minor spoiler: Father Merrin is not in the new one, in Exorcist 5. So this is it for the character of Father Merrin.
Well, we
say
hardly
your
knew
goodbyes.
To me, right. It's so awesome. He got paid for that fucking 5 seconds he's in 2. I hope he got paid handsomely as well. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Actually, we don't even need to compare it to the Rennie Harlin one. I think it's possible it gets Elizabethtown after we watch Exorcist 5.
You're very down on that, so obviously, but I'm going to have to do a true sit through that movie before we do the commentary. But I'm very curious to see what you're so down about.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun if you love it, just because you will yourself to love it because it's your boys
yeah,
writing
it
and directing it. All right. Well, hit us up. This one in particular, I think I'm very curious. Everybody agrees that the second one sucks. Everybody agrees that the first one's a masterpiece. Most people that have watched Exorcist 3 seem to like it a lot.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious, is there anybody that likes this movie and listens to this podcast? or at least that doesn't hate it. So let us know, especially if you've seen the Rennie Harlan version too. Should we watch it? Let us know.
All right, 4 out of 5 down. We got one more to go for the time being, of course. But that was Dominion, Exorcist, the prequel. Thank you for listening, and we will catch y'all for what's the last one called, Julio? Is it just The Exorcist?
No, I think it's not the beginning, is it? Hang
Exorcist, or excuse me, The Exorcist Believer.
Believer. There you go.
All right.
That sounds promising, doesn't it?
The Contrarians return to the team of Gordon Green and McBride. Join us, won't you? Take care, y'all.
Bye.
That summer of